Egypt, about 100 million years ago. A delta is situated here, characterized by an intricate network of rivers coursing through it, which fosters the development of one of the most captivating aquatic ecosystems abundant with semi-aquatic vegetation. Carcharodontosaurus, a carnivorous theropod. Estimates of the tooth count for Carcharodontosaurus vary, but a recent evaluation indicates that it had a total of 62 teeth. This includes 30 in the dentary, 8 in the premaxillary, and 24 in the maxillary regions. Notably, the teeth of Carcharodontosaurids are considered some of the largest among theropods. The Carcharodontosaurus also features a maxillary tooth that stands at 2.7 inches tall and 1.4 inches wide. These teeth are particularly slender, with most of them being less than half an inch thick. The edges, both anterior and posterior, noteworthy as well. In where the teeth have an impressive serration count, featuring more than 7 to 8 serrations per inch, while some of the larger specimens can showcase as many as 12 serrations per inch. Carcharodontosaurus showcase distinct crests, a ridge extending along the inner surface of the maxilla, though their exact purpose is still a mystery. Paleontologists suggest that these crests could have played a role in headbutting interactions between individuals. The bite forces of Carcharodontosaurus, alongside those of other large theropods like Tyrannosaurus, have been extensively studied. Findings reveal that Carcharodontosaurs had notably weaker bite forces than Tyrannosaurids, despite being similar in size. The estimated anterior bite force for Carcharodontosaurus is around 11,300 newtons, which is significantly lower than the figures recorded for Tyrannosaurus. This suggests that Carcharodontosaurus likely avoided consuming bones. Furthermore, finite element analyses of theropod skulls support the idea that Carcharodontosaurus primarily targeted softer prey compared to its tyrannosaurid relatives. Carcharodontosaurus fossils have been discovered in Africa, with the majority located in Sudan, Egypt, and Niger. Teeth from the Alcantara Formation in Brazil were assigned to the genus Carcharodontosaurus. However, this classification has been challenged due to concerns regarding their geographic origin. It is believed that Carcharodontosaurus measured approximately 26 to 30 feet in length. Some specimens were, on average, about 15% smaller than this range, while larger estimates suggest lengths of 39 to 41 feet and a body mass ranging from 5.5 to 7.7 short tons. Additionally, certain individuals of Carcharodontosaurus were considerably smaller, attaining lengths of only 33 feet and a body mass of 4.4 short tons. Consequently, Carcharodontosaurus ranks among the largest known theropod dinosaurs and terrestrial carnivores, being recognized as the second largest Carcharodontosaurid and the third largest theropod overall, according to most assessments. It was concluded that the binocular vision of Carcharodontosaurus was restricted, consequence of its large, elongated snout. The optimal binocular vision occurred at elevated positions, indicating that Carcharodontosaurus likely maintained its head at a downward angle of approximately 40 degrees, with its eyes oriented upwards to maximize binocular vision. The observed visual range is similar to that of crocodiles, implying that these creatures were ambush predators. The thunderous roars of the Carcharodontosaurus have captured the interest of the region's dominant predator. Spinosaurus, carnivorous spinosaurid. In 2022, a group of paleontologists proposed that Spinosaurus might have grown to an impressive length of 46 feet and weighed as much as 8.2 short tons. They based this on a CT-derived 3D skeletal model that maintained the axial column in a neutral position. Their research challenged a 2020 2D graphical reconstruction of the dinosaur's aquatic features, claiming it exaggerated the length of the presacral column by 10%, the depth of the ribcage by 25%, and the length of the forelimbs by 30% compared to measurements from CT scan fossils. These inaccuracies in proportions would shift the center of mass forward when applied to a fleshed-out model, leading to the conclusion that earlier estimates of Spinosaurus's size were not reliable. The back sail might have played a role in thermoregulation. If it was rich in blood vessels, the Spinosaurus could have utilized its expansive surface area to soak up heat. This suggests that the Spinosaurus was likely only partially warm-blooded and inhabited regions where nighttime temperatures were cooler and the skies were generally clear. Alternatively, the sail could have functioned to release excess body heat instead of absorbing it. Large animals encounter significant challenges in dissipating heat due to the smaller surface area relative to their volume, as outlined by Haldane's principle. The sails of Spinosaurus could have significantly increased their skin area without a substantial rise in body volume. Additionally, if the sail was angled away from the sun or positioned perpendicular to a cooling breeze, the Spinosaurus could effectively lower its body temperature in the warm climate of Cretaceous Africa. Spinosaurus fossils have been discovered in Africa, with the majority located in Sudan, Egypt, and Niger. Spinosaurus has often been depicted as a two-legged dinosaur, but mid-20th century portrayals sometimes showed it as four-legged, akin to Dimetrodon. By the mid-1970s, theories suggested it might move on all fours, especially after the discovery of Baryox, a relative with strong forelimbs. The idea of large, fatty dorsal humps also supported the possibility of a quadrupedal stance, leading to new restorations. While Spinosaurids couldn't rotate their hands downward, they could rest on the sides of their hands, as shown by fossilized tracks. Although the idea of Spinosaurus regularly walking on four legs has diminished, crouched quadrupedal position remains plausible due to its biological traits. Research into the biomechanical characteristics of Spinosaurus indicates that it was not strictly a fish eater, and its diet likely varied based on the size of the individual. The unique shape of Spinosaurus's snout enabled its jaws to withstand vertical bending, but they were less effective at resisting lateral forces compared to other Spinosaurids and modern alligators. This implies that while Spinosaurus did hunt fish more frequently, it also preyed on terrestrial animals. In 2022, scientists estimated that Spinosaurus had a bite force of 4,800 newtons at the front of its jaws and 11,900 newtons at the back. This data suggests that Spinosaurus's jaws were designed for quick snapping motions with minimal muscle effort, which points to a hunting style that favored rapid strikes over slow, crushing bites, an adaptation often seen in semi-aquatic feeders. The two predators are now faced with the challenge of determining who claims this territory through trial by combat. Carcharodontosaurus has emerged victorious over the Spinosaurs, establishing itself as the king of Egypt and seizing control of the Spinosaur territory.